and learn and engage with Coach TJ. So again, just be alert, participate. He wants you to mute when he asks questions. We'll keep an eye on the chat if you put anything in there. And just a reminder, at the end of class, we will have the survey for you. And then also, as you know, every Thursday we do our game day. So just make sure you're taking really good notes for that. And then without further ado, I'll turn it over to Coach TJ.
Good evening, everybody. How you guys doing?
Good.
All right, here's what I need. I am a very interactive person, so here's what I need right now. Everybody go ahead and unmute. I need you to say your name and how old you are and what you want to learn about investing.
My name is...
Oh, sorry. You can go first.
You got it. My name is Michael Calero. I'm 17, and what I'm most interested in investing is like how to figure out what's the best investment to get the most, like, bang for your buck.
Cool. Nice to meet you, sir. Don't be shy. Everybody just go ahead. And once somebody stops, the next person just go ahead.
My name is Omo Balaji, and most people call me DJ. But something I want to learn about investing is the difference between like investing in a business stock and investing in something like Bitcoin or crypto, like that type of stuff.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to add because it's gonna be one of my slides, and Miss Rosie's gonna kill me if I don't do it. How are you guys feeling? So once you say your age and what you want to learn, tell me how you're feeling today.
I'm good.
Who's next?
Yeah, my name's Atesh and I'm 14. And what I want to learn about investing 101 is about strategies to invest in the long run and find ways to make money with taking the lowest risk.
Gotcha. Cool. Nice to meet you.
You too.
My name is Harlem. I'm 17, and I want to learn about where I should invest my money. And I'm feeling good.
You can invest your money with me. That's easy. Okay, who's next?
My name is Naina. I'm 16. I want to learn about like investing in stocks.
How you feeling?
Tired.
Uh-oh. Okay. Try to keep you engaged. Go ahead. Who's next?
Hi, my name is Nicole, and I'm 15 years old. And something I want to learn about investing is like knowing what to invest in and how to. And I'm feeling good today.
Good. And I'm not going to tell you what to invest in. I'm going to give you some things you have to research on your own because I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to give you some information so it'll make you dangerous. How about that? All right, who's next?
My name is Steven Prince. I'm 15. And I would like to know how to invest. I'm feeling good. Tired.
You're broken up. Who's that again?
Steven.
All right, nice to meet you. Who's next?
My name is Shreya. I'm 16, and what I want to learn about investing is the best ways to, and I'm feeling good.
Good. Cool. Is that everybody? Well, thank you, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us tonight. I'm not going to hold you long. So I'll get the slideshow going. Everybody let me know if you can see this once this gets going. Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
Cool. That's a proprietary statement. You guys know what that means. I hope somebody explained it to you. Basically, you cannot take this information and go out and use it on your own without the authorization of S.O.A.R. Did the feeling check? Everybody's feeling good. Is it Nina? Is that how you say it?
Naina.
So Miss Naina is tired, so we're going to try to get this done so we can let her get some rest. As Ms. Latoya said, I am Coach TJ. I am a retired Air Force vet. I did 24 years in the Air Force. That was my best job I've ever had. Problem is, when I did 24 years in the Air Force, nobody taught me about investing. I really did not learn about investing and savings and all that good stuff until about 4 years ago. You guys are in a great place because if somebody would have taught me about investing and saving when I was your age, I probably would not be sitting in front of you all right now. So that's a good thing and a bad thing, actually, because it's a good thing I get to pass on information to you all. So you guys can learn at an early age. So when you get my age, you will be millionaires. That sound good? Good. Right now, my favorite job now, since I'm retired, is officiating sports. I'm a full-time high school sports official. I do basketball and football. The other picture, I'm a country boy. I'm from a small town. I love to hunt. And another thing I learned right now, I live my life, and Miss C will say the same thing, by Bible principles. I'm not a preacher, but here's what I want you guys to understand. The Bible is not really about religion, and that's where a lot of people go wrong. If you really dig into the Bible and you listen to the verses and you read them and understand them, it's a book of principles. If you live your life by principles, you have a greater chance of succeeding. And this right here is my favorite Bible verse, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have you say, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope in a future. Who all wants hope in a future? That's 2, 3. Atesh, you want to hope in the future?
Oh yeah, I was gonna raise my hand.
Stephen, all right, good, good. That's good, good. So we all on the same page with that. What we hear tonight is Introduction to Investing 101. 101 is the basics. You got 101, you got 201, you got 301, you got 401, just like college. The higher you go up in the numbers, the deeper things get. Here's another one of my favorite Bible verses. A good man, I always say a good person, leaves an inheritance to his children's children. What do you think that means? Anybody know what that means? Just unmute and say what you think it means.
Like leave something for your family. It's like leave a lasting impact.
Exactly. So who think that life would be different right now? I have what, 14, 16. If you had a rich uncle or a rich grandfather that left you $1 million, who would be happy right now?
I would.
Exactly. So that is your goal. This is what I tell people. You should want to leave something to your following generations. And I'm going to tell you another story about that a little later on. So here's the objectives for tonight. We're going to learn about forms of investments. We're going to distinguish between the high risk and low risk, benefits of them, short term, long term, and we're going to talk a little bit about real estate and different things like that. Okay, what is an investment?
Is it like something you put your money in? And like,
Yep, that's one thing. What else you guys think an investment is?
To make your money more than what you put in.
Yep. What else? What do you think, Nicole?
Letting value grow over time.
Yep. Good, good, good. All right. How do you say this one? S-H-R-E-Y-A. How do you say your name again?
Shreya.
Sharia. What do you think the investment is?
I also think it's putting your money into something.
Good, good. Here we go. An investment is an asset acquired to generate income and appreciate in value. In that sentence, what do you guys think the most important word is in that sentence? And I'll give you a hint. It starts with an A.
Asset.
Yep. Y'all know what an asset is?
Something that has high value. Sorry. Okay.
Yep. An asset is anything that you can hold that has monetary value. Anybody know what the opposite of an asset is?
Liability.
Exactly. Good job. See, you trying to get the number one student for the class tonight? Good, exactly. Basically, the asset, anything that gives you money or gains you money. A liability is something that really takes away money from you. So as you go along, your first lesson tonight, everybody got notebooks and pens because you're going to want to take notes tonight. An asset is something you want. A liability is something you don't want. That's one of the most important things in investing. So the goal of investment, aim to provide financial growth and security over time. Somebody said that earlier. Great job. Financial growth. What is growth?
Growing.
Okay, give me another word. You replace a word with a word. What is growth?
Becoming more of itself.
There you go. So financial growth. If you got $1, you want that dollar to grow to $10. You want that $10 to grow to $100. That's growth. That means it's always adding more. Security over time. As I said earlier, you guys have something that a lot of us don't have. No, time is not guaranteed to anybody. But you guys are being young to get, I'm 52, just to let you know. So for you guys as 14 and 16, you got 35, 40 years to get to 52. That's 35, 40 years you have to invest. So you have something to give you financial growth over time. That makes sense. Miss C is monitoring the chat for me. So if you guys got questions or anything, throw it in the chat, and Miss C is monitoring the chat for me. I think she's still here.
Yes.
All right. What are some forms of investment? Who know what a form of investment, what type of investment, what can you invest in?
Investing in cryptocurrency.
Crypto, what else?
Compound interest.
What was that, Atesh?
Sorry?
What'd you say?
Compound interest.
Yep, that's one. What else?
Stocks.
Yep, good job. So stocks, bonds, real estate, and personal development. Honestly, out of all those, I'm gonna tell you now, personal development is the most important. Anybody tell me why personal development is the most important?
Because you invest in yourself and you learn skills that could generate high income for you.
Bingo. Keyword you said is learn. You should continually learn something new every day, especially when it comes to financing and investments. The reason why is the world is changing so fast. There's so many things coming out right now that you want to continue to learn, to educate yourself, to see what's the next thing that's coming out. Also, you want to learn what to stay away from. Types of investments, we have stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and then you see right there in the right-hand side, other types. ETF stands for exchange traded funds. Basically, that's a collection of stocks. You have stock options, you have crypto, as somebody said, commodities, CDs. Stocks, bonds, and mutual funds are really kind of like the main three. Those are the most known ones a lot of people get into. Anybody know a company that has stocks that you can invest in?
Apple.
Yep, Apple, and what else?
Google.
Amazon.
Yep, all three of those. Those are three of the big ones, actually. Those are three big companies that's really gained the big market share right now. Bonds are like government securities, government contracts. And what bonds do and CDs are the same thing. You're basically loaning your money to a company, to the government for return. So kind of like the easiest way to explain it is you write a contract, you say, hey, I will give you $100 in return, you give me $500 in 12 months. That bond is secured by that company. Mutual funds are basically a collective of stocks and bonds all put into one big bucket. And say you put $100 into a mutual fund, that $100 is going to be split between maybe 5, 10, 15 other stocks. Here's my three favorite right here. That's why I got my little heart right here. Life insurance, real estate, and yourself. These are the main three that I'm focusing in right now. And we're going to dig deeper into that in a second. So, anybody got any questions so far? Questions, concerns, comments yet? Everybody good? If you're good, give me a thumbs up. Cool. High risk, low risk investments. High risk, they're very volatile. Anybody know what volatile means?
Is it risky?
Yes, it's risky, but what can it do? What can a volatile investment do quickly?
High risk, high reward.
Yep, good job, good job. Volatile like cryptos, basically that means it can change quickly. It can go up quick and it can go down just as quick. So that's why it's high risk, high return, because you're taking a higher risk that this thing can make you money in a short period of time. But at the same time, that high risk, you can lose a lot of money at the same time. So cryptos, who's that keep mentioning cryptos? We have somebody keep saying crypto. Who was that? Was that you, Michael? Okay, good. So I see you're in the cryptos. Startups. Basically, a startup company is, say one of you guys, I heard you guys like everybody has their own business idea. You guys start your business up and you go public, you're going to be a startup. Basically meaning you're brand new. Nobody knows who you are. They're going to consider you a startup company. So if somebody invests in you, you're going to be a high risk because they don't know if you can succeed or not. You may have a great business plan, you may have a great marketing plan, but once you put yourself out to the public and it doesn't take off and people lose money, that's why it's a high risk. Low risk, conservative, government bonds, high yield savings accounts, and CDs. Those are things you can put your money in and the risk is real low, but the only thing about it is going to gain money real slow at the same time. Here's the benefits. Like somebody said earlier, high risk, high returns. Growth opportunities, meaning it can grow fast. It aligns with the markets. Like Amazon. Everybody shops online at Amazon right now. So Amazon is really considered a medium risk because there's really a low risk of Amazon going under. But at the same time, with all the stuff going on with the government, with the tariffs and everything, Amazon can go down because the prices are going up. People might just start going back to the store and buying stuff themselves instead of trying to get it online. Benefits of low risk, capital preservation. Basically, you can protect your money a lot better. If you have a low risk investment, your money is safer than a high risk, steady income. If you're looking for a investment that you can have a income coming in every month, so you have an investment and you want $100 a month coming in, you can find a low risk, steady return investment, and that will bring you $100 every month. Peace of mind. That's one thing you want with an investment. You never want to take your money and put it somewhere, and every minute of your life, you're worried about where that money is going and what it's doing. Once you put your money somewhere, you want to know that, hey, this money is safe. I can come back and get it. No, I'm not going to lose it. That's what low risk does. Short term and long term. Something for you guys being teenagers, you're in high school, about to go to college. There's two things you want to look at right now. You want to have a mix of short term and long term investments. Right now, short term is basically 3 years or less. Something that in 3 years, like, hey, when I graduate high school, I want to buy a car. Also, it can get gains quickly. So, hey, in 3 years, I want to buy a car. In 3 years, I want to pay my college off. Long term, when you graduate college, hey, I want to buy a house. So say the next 5 to 10 years, if you want to buy yourself a house, you would invest into a long-term investment. Make sense? Thumbs up if it makes sense. Very good. Benefits, liquidity. Who knows what liquidity is? Uh-oh, Hitesh, he's slowing down on me. What's up? Give it a guess.
Yeah, I think liquidity is like short-term investment. No, I actually don't know.
That's cool. Anybody want to take a stab at what liquidity is?
How easily and quickly an asset can be converted into cash?
Bingo, good job. Exactly. Basically, liquidity means how fast you can turn whatever you have invested back into cash. So somebody say if you have liquid funds, that means basically you can go to your bank account and you can pull out the money. Short term is flexible. You can adapt quickly to the market. So say you put $100 into an investment and you see the market, you get some news on the market that, hey, this product is about to go down, you can actually change it out real quick. Benefits of long term, compound growth. I think Hitesh, you said compound earlier, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
What is compound? Explain to your partners what compound means.
So compound means your money increases at a certain rate. So for example, let's say that I have $100 in a savings account. Then there's an interest for like 8% per year. Then for the first year, it increases by 8 because 8% in 100 is 108. But then the next year it increases by 108. So every time it keeps increasing by the amount that's added instead of the fixed amount.
Exactly. Good job. You've been here before. You want to teach the rest of the class for me?
I just learned on YouTube.
But no, that's exactly what it is. Basically, it means if you put, like he said, if you put $100 into an investment, you earn $8 on that investment. Now, instead of earning interest on that $100, you're going to earn $100 on the, I mean, interest on the $108. So now the 108 goes up to 116. Now you're earning interest off the 116. Compound interest basically means the money keeps growing. Tax advantages. Now, this is another big thing. Being young, I want you guys to pay attention to, and I want you to write this down. I want you to go research it. Taxes. The government is always going to find a way to get their money out of you. Anybody drives? Anybody got their licenses? Got a card? Anybody drive? Okay. So when you own a car, you have to have insurance on the car. You have to have decals with your license plates on the car. And some states, like in Virginia, we have to have stickers on the car. Those are just other ways that the state gets money out of you. They're going to tax you. When you go buy groceries, there's a tax. When you go to a restaurant, there's a tax. The government's going to get their money. Thing with investing, and this is a secret, don't go tell nobody I told you this, but it's a way you can get your money back from the government with investments. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, here's one of my favorites right here. This is what I do, real estate. Tangible asset. Anybody knows what a tangible asset is? Harlem, talk to me. I haven't picked on you yet. You know what a tangible asset is?
Um,
I'm gonna help you out. Read the short.
asset you can see or touch.
There you go. Tangible means something you can actually put in your hand, you can hold, you can feel, you can see. What I love about real estate, the last two, income and leverage. Rental properties, what me and Miss C owns, and leverage. You can actually leverage your properties and borrow money from other institutions. Two types of real estate investing, commercial and residential. The house you guys live in, if you guys live in a house or apartment, residential. From a 1 to a 4 unit, a building is residential. Once you get to 5 and plus, those are commercials. If you notice the big building on the right, that is one of the, I think that may be the MGM out in Vegas. Here's the 3 avenues of real estate investing. I won't dig too deep in them, but have you heard of these before? Have you guys heard of it? Fix and flips, wholesale, and stuff like that? Does anybody want to get into real estate? I heard somebody, Nicole, that's you. Okay, I heard somebody. What do you want to get into? Who was that? Go ahead, sir.
Sorry, I want to say something.
Go ahead.
I wouldn't like to get into real estate, but there is something I would like to do, like a fix and flip, probably, mostly to just like as a little side project to earn some money.
Okay, what I heard is you're a little broken up. You said you don't want to get into real estate, but you want to do a fix and flip?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you do a fix and flip, you're into real estate, sir. Sorry to say it. Miss Nicole, what do you want to do in real estate?
Yeah, I think I want to fix and flip, but also through this program, I also like found out that how old malls and like buildings were being like turned into apartments. So that's something I'm also interested in.
Oh, you trying to be a big commercial investor. Cool. We're gonna have to talk some more. But these are the 3 things that we do. Fix and flip. Basically, if you take an old house, you fix it up, you sell it. You fix it, you flip it. Wholesale. Wholesale, basically what I would do, I would go to Nicole and say, hey, I see you want to sell your house. I would like to buy your house. Nicole say, okay. Nicole and I would do a contract. I would take that contract, I would take it over to Hitesh and say, hey, I have a house for sale. Would you like to buy it? He's like, yes, I would love to buy it. So I will give him the contract that I have with Nicole. Basically, I'll be the middleman. And a lot of people try to say it's like being a real estate agent, but it is, but it isn't. You're the middle person, but you're not going through the whole process of the real estate agent world, if that makes sense. You're basically taking the piece of paper that I have between me and Nicole, taking it to Hitesh, giving him that piece of paper. Once we close the deal, I will get what's called a finder's fee. That's the difference with agents. Agents have to go through the whole process. I don't. I will step out. Once Hitesh buys the house, I will get my finder's fee. I will step out. Buying wholes, basically rental properties. Or if you buy something and you hold on to it. Say you buy a property, you hold on to it for 2, 3, 4 years, you sell it. That's considered a buy and hold, but most buy and holds are rental properties. Something that you want to make money off of while you own it. Missy and I have 2 rental properties right now. We had an Airbnb that we just sold. We're working on a new project. I'm going to show you guys one of the ones we actually did. Potential returns in real estate, rental income. Here's why real estate really makes the most millionaires out of all the investments, except you get lucky in the stock market and say something goes up by 2,000%. You have the rental income. Say you have a house that you buy, it has a mortgage on it, which you go to the bank, get a loan, or however you buy it. If you put somebody in that house, you rent the house out, that renter is paying your mortgage. It's not coming out of your pocket. And the biggest thing you want to do, you want to rent it out for more than the mortgage. For instance, your mortgage payment is $1,000. You want to rent this out for $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, maybe even $2,000. So once you get the rental income, you take the mortgage payment out, you pay your bills for holding costs, and whatever's left over is your money in your pocket. It's like when you go to work, you clock in, you clock out, you get paid. Rental income is your monthly payment. Appreciation, it goes up in value. So this is one of the tax strategies right here. So for the ones that don't want to get into real estate yet, I'm going to encourage you to get in real estate. Miss C said, explain holding costs. Yes, Miss C, I will when I get to that slide. Thank you, ma'am. As I said before, the tax benefits. Real estate investors, we get tax breaks that other normal people don't get because we get to write off things for the house. Anybody know what tax write-offs are or do not know? Anybody do not know what tax write-offs are? Does everybody know what tax write-off are? Thumbs up, yes, no. Okay, no. Write-offs is something that you can tell the government, like, hey, I had to replace a roof on my house for $10,000. When you do your taxes every year, as a real estate investor, you can, when you do your taxes and your tax accountant, you guys sit down together, he's going to ask you, what did you spend on fixing your house? Or what did you spend on your properties? That list of things you give him that you spent on your properties are called tax write-offs. The government is going to give you money back for having real estate that you had to spend money for. Now, normal people like I was when I was in the military with a W-2, I couldn't write those things off. But as a real estate investor, now I can have a list of things I can give my tax accountant and be like, hey, I spent money on this, I spent money on this. And he can put it on a form, send it to the government. The government say, okay, I see you're a real estate investor. We're going to give you a tax break and give you some of that money back. That's one of the biggest benefits of real estate investing. But with every good thing, there's a bad thing. There are risks in real estate. Market fluctuations. I put the word Big Short. Big Short is my favorite movie. Guys, I want you guys to take a look at it. Well, I don't know if I can tell you take a look at it. I got some bad words in it. I don't want to condone you guys watching movies with bad words in it. But anyway, Nicole, since you want to be in real estate, take a look at that movie. Okay, 2008. You guys are young. Y'all probably wasn't even born in 2000. Anybody? Y'all weren't born in 2008, were you? When 2008, there was a market crash in real estate. What was going on? That banks was giving anybody with a heartbeat a loan to buy a house. You didn't really have to prove that you existed. You didn't have to prove that you had a job. Not to get a movie away, but a part of the movie, some people went to a guy's house and they asked for Lorenzo. And the guy said, why you want my dog? Somebody had put a house in their dog's name. And what happened, once that got to a certain point, the market just crashed. So say you bought a house for $200,000. When the market crashed, that same house value was only like $50,000. Now you're sitting there with a house that you're 150,000 short on that you can't do nothing with. But that's a great movie, Nicole. If you want to watch that movie, it's a great movie. Maintenance costs. There's always repairs. You guys live in the house, so smallest thing from a light bulb going out to the hot water heater going out to the pipes bursting or something like that. For landlords, for us to have rental properties, you have vacancy risk. Say you have a property and the people who currently lives in it, they move out. It may stay empty for 1, 2, 3 months while that property is empty, somebody still have to pay the bills. So of course, you own the house, you have to pay the bills. Evictions can be another big thing. Me and my team, we try to invest in what's called landlord-friendly states. Basically, what that means is if we have to evict anybody, the state is on our side as landlords to evict them. During COVID back in 2020, a lot of people lost jobs, but a lot of other people took advantage of that and they tried to tell their landlord, like, hey, I don't have the money to pay the mortgage. So the landlords tried to evict them, but they couldn't because the government had put a freeze on all evictions during COVID because people were losing jobs. So you have people living in properties for a year, never paying rent, but then the landlords have to pay the mortgage on those houses. Liquidity concerns, like we talked about earlier, getting money. Sometimes you can't sell a house. Say something comes up, your car engine blows up, and you need another engine for your car, and then you need to get money. You might can't sell that house quickly to get that money out of. This is why you have to diversify your investments. Never put all of your investments into one thing. You want to have a combination of short-term, long-term, high risk, low risk, stocks, bonds. You want to mix that stuff up because there's an old saying, like the old folks say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, meaning you have to spread things out. All right, so here's an example I'm going to show you guys real quick. Before we go to this, though, anybody got any questions, concerns, thoughts? Everybody good? You good? Thumbs up. Cool. So here's an example of what a real estate deal for a rental property looks like. Can everybody see this? Everybody good? So the purchase price, say you find a property. Oh, I'm sorry, before I go through that, here's the 3 simple rules that we use in real estate. The 1% rule basically means if you're going to do a rental property, you want the rent to be at least 1% of what you buy that house for. So example, say you buy a house for $100,000. You want the rent to be at least $1,000. That's just an arbitrary rule that we come up with in real estate. It's not written in stone, so you can kind of go up and down with that. The 50% rule, you want to have at least 50% of your income going in back into the expenses of the property. So the gas bill, the power bill, the water bill, lawn care, things like that. So if you make $1,000 a month on a rental income, you want $500 going to the expenses. The 70% rule, and this is what we use for as investors. If we buy a property, we want to pay no more than 70% of what's called the ARV. That's the after repair value. So after repair value means what that property is valued at after we fix it up, after we paint it, after we do new floors, after we put new windows in it. So for an example right here, this was like a little off of the 1% rule, but say you find a property and you buy it for $125,000. Rehab costs, basically rehab costs mean what it's going to cost to fix this house up to get it ready for somebody to live in. We're going to put $80,000 into it. So total cost right now, you're going to be in it for $205,000 for this property. Now, the ARV, the after repair value, after we fix this property up, is now valued at $310,000. Equity is 100. Anybody know what equity means? Hitesh, so you my favorite answer guy right now. What is equity?
I'll have to learn that one. It's still on my list.
Let me pick on somebody else. Okay. Nani. Okay, help me out with that one.
It's Nana.
Nana. Okay, I'm gonna get it before I leave tonight. You know what equity means?
I don't know how, the exact definition. Well, I don't know how to explain. I know the equation, but
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna help you guys out. Basically, equity is how much money is in this property from how much you bought it for to how much it's worth. So in this example, we are in it for a total of $205,000 after we bought it and we fixed it up. The after repair value is $310,000. So that means there's $105,000 worth of equity in this property. So say we need to borrow money against the house or you want to sell it, that's how much money you can make right now. It's 105,000. So if say you bought it, so if you did a fix and flip, um, you bought it for 125, you fixed it up for 80, now you're in it for 205, you can sell it for 310 and you can make 105,000 off of it. That's basically what a fix and flip formula looks like. But now, say you want to do buy and hold, you want to rent it out, the rent for this property is going to be 3,200. That's how much somebody's going to pay you to live into this property. Expenses, like I said before, water bill, power bill, the lawn care bill, the HOA, the homeowners association bill, all of that comes up to $2,100. So if you subtract 2,100 from 3,200, your net monthly income, how much money is going in your bank account every month, is $1,100. So who would be happy with $1,100 going into a bank account every month? Anybody not be happy with that?
I would be happy depending on how much I invest at first.
Exactly. So now you know out of this $1,100, you have bills you have to pay. But this is going to your pocket every month. Okay. So here's a real life example I want to show you guys. This is one that I and Miss C done, Coach C, I don't know what you guys call it, Miss C. This is one of the houses I done personally. This house means a lot to me because it belongs to a real good friend of mine I was in the military with, and unfortunately, he just passed away last month. He had cancer. Before I go into this, why do you think it's important to do real estate? If somebody was a real estate investor, Nicole, I want to ask you this question. Why is it important to do real estate?
I think it's important to real estate because like knowing that someone has a home and like knowing that like like the value over time grows, I think is good for like the person who buys the home, but also for yourself.
That's one thing. But here's why I do real estate. My goal is to help as many people as I can that has a problem, and selling that property will fix. Because I heard all of you guys want to go into business, correct? Everybody has a business idea, a business plan you guys want to do. If you look at it from the standpoint of the more people you help, the better your business will be, I guarantee you will be successful. That makes sense? You cannot have a successful business and run it and depend on yourself. If you look at any company, business around you, it depends on people because people have to buy. Everything runs on people. So when you can help more people, the more successful your business will be. So you can't go into any business with a selfish attitude. It has to be, who can I help today? Who can I serve today? This is another one of my favorite scriptures. Where your treasury is, there will your heart be also. Also in your business, if your heart is not in your business, if you don't wake up and have good feelings about your business, if you're not working on your business every day, you guys probably heard Miss Rosie say S.O.A.R is her baby. I've heard her say that a million times. Miss Tiana, Miss Latoya, Miss C, they put their heart into S.O.A.R because they're helping you guys out to learn something that maybe we didn't get. I didn't have this growing up. I didn't have a group of individuals that wanted to teach me things like they're teaching you guys right now. But here's one example me and Miss C did. We're going to walk around the horn real quick. Purchase price was $198,000. Everybody can see this? What I do is called creative financing. I do not go to the banks and get loans. What I do is I talk to the homeowner, I talk to the seller, and find out how we can work this deal out. For this deal, when I talked to my friend, I found out he had cancer. This was a year ago. He had people living in his property that he was renting out to that they basically tore it up. I'm going to show you guys some pictures of that here in a second. So I told him what I can do is, hey, I'll take over your payments. I will fix the house up and I will sell it for you. He said, okay, good. So it took us 3 months to do this property. His payments was $1,100 a month. So $3,300 for the mortgage payment for 3 months. The rehab cost for me to fix this house up was $25,000. $10,000 for the roof, $15,000 for the inside. Another good thing is for my roofing guy, the guy that does my roofs for me, he lets me pay him when I close on the house. So when I sell the house, I can pay him then. I don't have to pay him up front. So my total investment in this house was $28,800. Everybody see that? I sold this house. My realtor came in. This is why I get a realtor to come in. My realtor sold this house for me for $284,000. You're tracking? So after the closing costs, every time you buy a house, sell a house, you have to pay closing costs to a title company. After the closing costs, after the roof, we end up making $55,700 on this one property in 3 months. Does everybody see that? So what I'm saying is this is why I love real estate. Does anybody work? Anybody have a job? Who works? Anybody work? Nobody works? Oh wow, y'all got it good. Nobody has a job. Well, except for the instructors. Here's what I want you to do, and this is what I tell people to think about. I want real world examples. Now, if you got a friend that works, or if you got a cousin or brother or sister that works, ask them how much money do they make a year. And this is not to belittle anybody or make anybody feel bad. This is just to show you an example of what numbers look like. I'm a numbers guy. I'm one of those people if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So in this example right here, in 3 months, we made $55,000 on this one property. This is the money that went into my bank account. Some people don't make $55,000 working for a whole year. What I'm trying to get you to see is time is money. You have to use your time wisely to make the money you're looking to make. So I want to stop the share real quick. I want to show you guys the actual house that we did. This is the actual house itself. You guys see in the house?
Yes.
All right. This is the actual house we did right here. This is the outside. This is what it looked like this is exactly what this house looked like when we walked into it. Walking into the front door. This is the backyard. This is what the backyard looked like. They had a little shed in the back with trash in it. Now this is the living room. You see the carpet. What happened? A guy and his girlfriend with their little kid rented the house from my friend. I don't know if he lost his job or she lost her job, but they stopped paying rent, so they basically kind of trashed the house. This is one of the bedrooms. This is the furnace area. This is the living room. This is exactly what this house looked like when I bought it. This is the kitchen. So okay, would anybody just walk in this house and live in it like this? Good. I didn't think so. Garage. This is another one of the bedrooms. So the first thing we do when we buy a house, we get a dumpster put out front and we clean everything up. We go in and take all the trash out. I don't keep anything. If some things are good, we may have yard sales, but we just clean it out. So we go in, we poured all the carpet out of the house. This is one of the bedrooms. This is the kitchen. We took everything out, just throw everything away. Now, this is what it looks like after we finished. You already noticed the grass was green, right? You know what we did for that? We just watered the lawn. We watered the lawn every day for like a month, and the grass started growing. This is the backyard. Remember what the backyard looked like with all the trash? Clean the backyard up. So this is the inside. This is the living room. We basically put down hardwood floors. We touched up all the paint in the house. We put all bulbs, new ceiling fans, and put a bulb in every ceiling fan. This is the kitchen now. New little chandelier, cleaned the kitchen up, put all new lights, cleaned all the windows up. This is the kitchen we cleaned up.
Wait, you said that house goes for like it went for like 200,000. You said like two,
Yep.
and you're
I sold it for 284,000.
well, I go for like a million over here in like New Jersey.
Yeah, that's why I'm not moving up there. You guys are too expensive up there. But the thing about it is, if you can buy it for 400, 500,000, fix it up, sell it for $1 million. You do the same exact thing, just in a different state, make more money. Cleaned all the appliances up. But yeah, yep. That was one of the houses that I did personally. And I like to show people stuff that we do personally to show you that I don't like to just talk about things I don't do because I can't explain stuff I don't do. All right, let me see if I can share this again. All right. So the next thing that I love to do, the second thing I love to do, can you guys see the screen again? Is it sharing again? All
Yeah.
right. The second thing is my heart is life insurance. There's two things guaranteed in this world for everybody that's on this call right now. You were born, you're gonna die. There's no way around it. A lot of people hate to talk about death. But the thing about it is, I am what's called a realist. Things happen, you have to accept it. You don't like it, but you have to accept it. The problem I see right now in the world, especially since COVID, you guys are probably old enough to remember COVID, how many people passed away? A lot of people passed away and didn't have life insurance. All right, so let me ask this question. What is one of the non-benefits of not having life insurance? Hey, Harlem, answer that one for me.
The non-benefits.
Yep, what's a non-benefit of not having life insurance? Or what is a bad thing that can happen if you don't have life insurance?
I'm not really sure what life insurance is for.
Oh, okay. I'm good. I'm glad you said that. Does anybody other than Harlem do not know what life insurance is for? Or who knows what life insurance is for? Let me ask that question. Okay, Miss Nicole, what is life insurance for?
I like to think of life insurance as like a secure way to like make sure that you're like secure for the rest of your life and know that like you're comfortable in any sort of situation if like any unexpected situation.
Good. Basically, life insurance covers the family that you leave behind in the untimeliness of your death. So if you pass away, you have life insurance and you have enough to cover the family, your family should be okay. Because the thing about it is, the person that died is no longer here. They have no more worries. And a lot of people are like, well, that sounds bad, but it's the truth. If you think about it, the person that died is not here anymore. The people that it really hurts are the people that's still here. Because what I've seen and some of the properties I've actually helped people with, matter of fact, one we just sold in Ohio, the parents passed away. They didn't have life insurance. So the house got behind in taxes because nobody had money to pay the taxes on the house. If you don't pay taxes, again, government's going to get their money. If you don't pay your taxes on your house, the government can come and take your house. So say, for instance, you guys get married, you have kids, your spouse unfortunately passes away, you still have bills to pay while you're living. Life insurance kind of cover those bills. GoFundMe. The reason I put the big circle through the GoFundMe is what I do not like to see is when people pass away, their family go and open a GoFundMe account. What that's doing is showing people that, hey, I need your help to help me live my life now. And it's good to ask for help. Like Miss Rosie, I think she told you guys the other day about the fundraiser you guys are going to do for the internship to go to Costa Rica. That is a great thing to have a fundraiser for. You want people to help you to better your life in a way that's going to help you entrepreneur wise, investing wise. But what you don't want is you don't want to have to go to people all the time and ask them for, hey, money to pay your light bill, money to pay your rent, money to pay your car insurance, money to pay your daycare. Those are the things you don't want to have to ask people for. So here's the three different types. And after I go through these real quick, we're gonna take a break. Index universal life, whole life, and term. Index universal is called IULs, which me and my partner sell. We sell whole life and term life also, but we like to specialize in IUL. This is another investment. Another reason why I love insurance because it's an investment. You can put money into an insurance policy, the right one, and at a certain time, you can pull that money out and use it to invest in other things. Whole life and universal kind of run side by side as a few different things like the cash values, the death benefits. Now, term life is totally different than both of those. Term life is exactly what it means. Term. You have it so for a certain amount of time. You can get term life for 3 years. You can get it for 5 years. You can get it for 10 years. At the end of that term, their insurance goes away. It's no longer there. The difference with IULs and IULs and whole life is it stays there for the life of the person that's insured. When the insured passes away, then you can pull the money out of the policy. You can use it for whatever you need to use it for. This book right here is one of the books that I've read several times. Is What Would the Rockefellers Do? Has anybody ever heard of the Rockefellers? You guys old enough to hear? Okay, no, Michael doesn't. Okay, good. Another thing I like to tell people to look at things around you. Rockefellers, Disney, Ford, those are all names. They're not just companies. Those are names. Those are names of families that are the wealthiest families in the world. They use life insurance and other investments to build a stable life for the next 30 generations. The Rockefellers actually use life insurance to build their family's wealth. They have a contract in their trust that every Rockefeller born for the continuous of the world will be okay because that family invested money to pass down forever, ever, 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 and ever. That's what you want to do with your name. You want to be able to pass down, like the other scripture I showed you, a good person leaves an inheritance to their children's children, and the Rockefellers actually did it. All right, so now we're gonna take a break. Miss C has sent me I need to take a break. So Miss C, what are we gonna do? 5 minutes or 10 minutes?
Which one you like?
Miss C, what are we gonna do? 5 minutes or 10 minutes? What you guys want? You guys want a 5 or a 10? I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. Who was that? Steven said, is that 10 or 5, Steve? You got big hands, I can't see them. It's a 10. All right, cool. We're gonna take a 10-minute break and then we will come back and we will finish up. If you guys got any questions or concerns, bring them back with you so we can talk about it. Nope. But I'm gonna see, can you back up now? Can you see the whiteboard?
Yes.
Yes, that told you. Play around with those numbers. Play around with these numbers, see what it do.
Was 38.
Yes, ma'am. All right, everybody coming back in. All right, I need everybody to unmute for me. Unless you got background noise. If you got background noise, then you can stay muted. All right, is everybody back? What we missing? Mr. Cole, Mr. Steven, Michael's back, Tash is back. Okay. All right, everybody unmute for me. Well, all the scholars anyway. You know, the instructors can stay muted. All right, we're gonna do. Nobody draws on the board for me. We're gonna do.
Sorry.
Yeah. Can somebody kick that person out of draw? All right, we're gonna do a real estate investing transaction right now. So we're gonna say you all are now real estate investors. You're gonna buy your first fix and flip. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead and unmute. Y'all can unmute now unless you got background noise. Everybody unmute. All right, can y'all see the whiteboard? Y'all see the numbers on the whiteboard?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You are a real estate investor. You're gonna buy your first fix and flip. These are the numbers we're gonna go off of. Does anybody remember what ARV stands for?
ARV.
Yep.
No, I couldn't write it down in time.
ARV. Oh, I can't spell. ARV stands for at the repair value. So after you buy this house, after you fix it up, you're gonna put it on the market. You're gonna sell it. The ARV is the at the repair value. What a property is valued at after you fix it up. Cole, you got to get this right. If you don't get this right, I'm going to kick you out of class because you're going to be a real estate investor. All right, here we go. The ARV for this property is $700,000. Since Michael said no houses in Jersey are expensive, I'm going to go with a big number. After we fix this house up, we're going to sell it. What we can sell it for is $700,000. That is the ARV. As an investor, I like to buy my properties at 60% of the ARV, but I'm going to use 70% just for tonight. So what you have to do is you have to multiply 700,000. K means 1,000. That's how we talk. 700K means 700,000. You're going to multiply 700,000 times 70%. Now, the second part of that, we have to spend 80,000 to rehab this house. It's supposed to be rehab. Yeah, I can't spell. We're going to spend 80,000 to rehab this house. That means we're going to paint the inside. We're going to put new flooring down. We're going to change some lights in it. We're going to do some landscaping. So that's 80,000. 700,000 times 70% minus 80,000 is going to be how much you want to pay for this house. So who can come up with the right number? Once you get it, put it in the chat. Don't say it out loud. I want you to put it in the chat. So it's 700,000 times 70% minus 80,000. See who get it right. Whoever gets
410.
No, don't say yet. Don't say yet.
Oh, he put it in the chat.
I saw whoever gets it right, Miss Rosie's gonna take the dinner. I got 2.
But I had a question. Are we finding 70% like 1.7 or like 0.7?
I don't know. That's what we got to figure out. When you do percentages, 0.70.
Yeah. So I was wondering, like, increase it. That's why.
Yeah, it's 0.70 when you do percentages like that. So I got 2 so far. Stephen, Hitesh. Does anybody have an issue? Yep. So it can be 0.70. So 70% gonna be 0.70. So it's 700,000 times 0.70 minus 80,000.
I got. Hold on. I don't know if I did that wrong.
Yep, you did a multiplication. So I do 700,000 times 0.70 minus 80,000 again. Hi, Jaslyn. How are you? You can unmute.
I'm okay.
Great. I don't know if you've been told yet, but my daughter's name is Jaslyn, the same way you spell yours.
Oh, that's interesting.
You're the second Jaslyn in the world that I know.
Cool. Wow. Tell her I said hi.
Yeah. Cool. 410,000. So Michael, sorry. You know how we got that, Michael?
No.
So you take 700,000, you multiply it by 0.70, and then you subtract 80,000.
All right, my bad. I was using my paper.
No, you're good. So if you do the numbers, That comes up to 490. You subtract that, you get 410. So, as an investor, what we would do is we would go up to the individual that has a house for sale. Good job, by the way, everybody. What we do not go up to a person and say, hey, I want to buy your house for 410,000. There's a method to the madness. It's called negotiations. And as I said earlier, as I was telling Nicole and telling you guys with your businesses, you want to find as many people as you can help. So what I look for is I look for people that has a foreclosure. I look for probate properties. Probate basically means if somebody passes away, again, tied to life insurance, and now the house has to be given to one of the relatives, but they live out of state. No, they don't want the house. I go talk to them. Somebody that's military or somebody that has to move, say you just bought a house and you have to move in like 2 weeks. I look for people that have problems that I can fix by buying their house. Everything you're going to do in business, everything you're going to do in life is all about a mindset. Because here's the thing. If you go up to a person and you know you can only pay 410,000 for that house, a lot of people have what's called emotional ties, sentimental ties to their properties. I see this all the time. When you walk up to this house, you're going to see everything wrong with it because you never been there. You don't know the house. What they're going to see is they're going to see their home they've lived in for 5, 10, 15 years. They're going to see nothing wrong with it. So you have to be very sympathetic, empathetic to these people if you're doing real estate investment. Or this applies to any business. Even when you, okay, let me do it this way. Okay, I forgot that. Jalen, since you just showed up, I'm going to pick on you. What business are you trying to start when you become an entrepreneur?
I'm trying to start like a cat cafe.
Okay. So you're going to start with a cat cafe. So if somebody comes to you with a cat and say that cat like has a broken leg and like fur missing, are you going to tell those people I can't work with you because your cat is nasty?
No.
Exactly. You're going to be like, oh, that cat is so beautiful. What happened to him? Oh, he got in an accident. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're gonna relate with that person, right?
Yes.
That means that person probably now going to work with you because you care about their cat. If you go tell that person like, oh my God, I can't work with you. That cat is nasty. Get him away from here. That person's going to go tell everybody else like, oh, you know what? Don't go to Jasmine's cat boutique, but she's nasty. You have to relate with your customers. You have to be able to empathize, sympathize with them for them to want to work with you because it's not about you. You know, it's about the people that you're going to serve. That makes sense, everybody? Good job. Good job. All right. We're going to finish these slides up. We got a few more left and then we're going to be done. I know you guys are ready to go. Here's an important one. So we're going to start here. Why did it go there? Yeah. All right. Let's go here. All right. Can you guys see my screen again? What does it say?
Purpose of money.
So what is the purpose of money? Nicole, since you answered.
The purpose of money is to basically like use it for daily life necessity.
Nope. You're wrong.
Okay.
Good job. No, what's the purpose of money? Someone else give me an idea. Yeah, I'm gonna pick on you. Keep on doing real estate. Go ahead. Say again.
Is it time?
Kind of, sort of. Michael, what do you think the purpose of money is?
To make the world go round in like a system.
Pretty good, pretty good. Steven, what do you think the purpose of money is?
To spend.
All right. I don't want to mess your name up. Naina. I don't want to mess your name up.
Naina.
Naina. Yes. What's the purpose of money?
To like survive, like buy your needs and wants.
Okay. All of you are wrong. Give yourself a hand. No, you're actually right in a way, but the purpose of money is to make you more money. In order to do everything you all just said, you're gonna have to have money and more money. Look at it this way. This is how I tell people to look at it. Say you have a job and you make $1,000 for the month. You have to pay your car payment, you have to pay your rent, you have to pay food, you have to do all that. Now that $1,000 is gone, you're out of money, right? But say you take that $1,000, you go invest it, and say you make $2,000. Now you have a total of $3,000. You can go buy groceries, you can pay your bills, and you have $2,000 left over. That makes sense? Your money should make you more money. When you spend your money, you should make more money. And here's a little budgeting rule. I think you guys go over budgeting and something in another class, but here's a little rule that a lot of people like. And you can take these numbers and you can use a percentage that you want to use for yourself. But a rule of thumb a lot of people like to use is the 50, 30, 20 rule. So whatever you make at your job, or whatever you make from your cards when you get a birthdays and parents and grandparents and everybody give you money, 50% of that should go to your needs: groceries, house, utilities, healthcare, car payment. 30% of that, and I don't agree with this, I switch these two up. 30% goes to wants, shopping, dining out. 20% goes to saving and investing. I switch this up. I do 50, 40, 10 right now because I have a goal that I'm trying to get to. And by the way, I'm retired. I'm 52 years old right now, and I am retired from a 9-to-5 job. Real estate investing, insurance, and officiating sports is my full-time fun job. I don't work for anybody else. Me and Miss C, we work for ourselves. Well, I work for Miss Rosie when I do this for you guys, but this is really my only job. And here's what I tell people to think about real quick. The average retirement age is what, 65 to 70 years old. Would y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm 52 and I'm retired.
Yeah. But what's your
I
net
don't
worth?
say that. What's that?
What's your net worth?
What's my net worth?
Yeah.
I'm not telling you that, dude. You're not gonna be Googling me and find out what my money is at. But right now, I would tell you right now, honestly, right now, my net worth was probably about 450,000.
Yeah, that's good.
I own, well, I keep saying I'm sorry, Miss C, but Miss C and I, with my family, we own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses. I do officiating full time, and I do the life insurance. I have a personal life insurance policy on myself for $1 million. I have one on our daughter, the youngest daughter, for $1 million, and we have one for Miss C. This is what I do because nobody taught me this when I was your age. Like, as I said before, if I was your age and somebody taught me this and I followed this rule, I would probably not be sitting in front of you guys. I would be on a yacht somewhere drinking mimosas with my feet in the sand, riding jet skis. But I'm glad I'm here with you guys to tell you guys this now. And I'm hoping in 10, 15 years, one of you guys come back to me and say, hey, Coach T, thank you for telling me this information when I was young. That's all I want to do, honestly, to help the younger generations get somewhere that I wasn't at your age. Like I said, I did 24 years in the military. Even in the military, nobody taught us about investing. Think about you guys in school right now. Do you guys have any investing classes or where to put your money at or budgeting and stuff like that? We never had that. But back to this, what I do now, me and Miss C do right now, for the money that we get come in, we take half of it, we do groceries, we do utilities, we do all that fun stuff. 40% more of our money goes back into other investments. We're in the process of buying a property right now. I actually closed on one today, thank God. We bought another one today, but I have another one we're working on. I want to own in the next 3 years, I think 3 years, right, Miss C? I'm 52. Yeah, 3 years. I want to own 50 properties. That is what I'm shooting for. I'm not going to say goal because one of my mentors, I'll show you guys in a second, we don't believe in setting goals. And here's why. If you think about it, like I say, everything's a mindset, right? A lot of people that set a goal, if they don't reach their goal, they're disappointed, right? You shouldn't be disappointed if you don't reach that goal. What should happen is, what did you learn for you not reaching that goal? Everything you do is a learning experience. So if something, say you, hey, I want to do this, if you don't do it, why didn't it happen? Find out why it didn't happen and go back and tweak it so it happened the next time. That makes sense? Cool. All right. If you don't know where your money is going, you will always be broke. I believe in that rule 1,000%. Everybody should have a budget. And when I say have a budget, not one in your head that you think you know where your money is going. Write it down. If you don't have it written down, you will never see it, because what happens, everybody has what now? We have cards. You can go out and you can swipe the card, but what you don't see the money leaving your bank account. You can swipe, swipe, swipe. You're going to get to a store, you're going to swipe and say, what? Declined. Why is it declined? Because you swiped it so many times, you didn't pay attention to what was going out of it, correct? You should always have a budget. You can do a Google sheet, you can do an Excel sheet, you can write it down in a notebook. But when you get paid, when you guys get a job, write down your budget. If I make $1,000 a month, okay, 500 is going here, 200 is going here. Always have it written down. And after this call, you guys can reach out to me anytime. Ms. Rosie, or however you guys get the numbers, but you guys can call me, text me, email me, and I will help you do all of this stuff. Especially you, Nicole, since you want to do real estate investing, you can join our team right now if you like. But always have a budget. Here's some of the books that I read. I'm a reader now. Before I wasn't. I hated reading. But you read to gain knowledge. Has anybody ever heard the phrase, knowledge is power? That's a lie. You know why? You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't apply it, what good is it? Applied knowledge is power. For instance, Jasmine, you said yes. You came in that look like, oh my God, he said that's a lie. Unmute for a second. I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You want to open a cat, you said you want to open a cat boutique, right? Or a cat, what's it called?
A cat cafe.
A cat cafe.
Yeah.
Say you have all this knowledge, you went and did all this research about cat cafes, but you never opened one. Is that any good?
No.
Exactly. So you have the knowledge, but if you don't apply it, there's no power there, correct?
Yeah.
So knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is the power. That makes sense?
Yep.
Because what happens is, how many people you know to go to college and can't get a job?
It's up there.
So what's the point of going to college and spending all that money and now you're not using it for anything? That makes sense?
Yep.
So as you learn things, use them. That's why I said when you set goals, don't be disappointed if you don't hit that goal. Find out what you need to learn to help you hit that goal. But these are some of the books that I read. Myron Golden is my favorite guy right now. This is who I'm following on YouTube. I listen to him 90% of my day. When Miss C gets back, she already told me we got to turn our cable off. We're about to turn cable off and not watch TV for probably 6 months. I'm about to read probably 3 books a week, something like that. But I actually met him. We went down to Tampa. He has a YouTube podcast. He does a Bible study every week. We actually got to meet him a couple weeks ago. But he's my mentor right now that I'm following. These other books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Millionaire Next Door. And if you guys can see my bookcase behind me, you already see all the books that me and Miss C have. And we've probably read 90% of those, but I'm about to go back through them and reread them again. Here's some of my mentors. You have to have a mentor. You cannot be successful by yourself. There's no way possible unless you hit the lottery, and 90% of people that hit the lottery are broke within 2 years because they don't have the knowledge to apply how to keep the money. So these are the mentors I've met. Myron Golden, I met Jamal King. Jamal King, actually the one I follow for real estate. Inky Johnson was a Tennessee football player. He was projected to be top round draft pick. He got hurt. That's why he has his sleeve on his arm right now. Eric Thomas, he's a motivational speaker. He was homeless, a high school dropout. Now he's like the #1 motivational speaker in the world. Anthony O'Neill, I just started following. He's a financial guy. But all these people you can find on YouTube. What I suggest is, whatever business you want to get into, YouTube that person, Google that person, find the books that person reads. Because there's no need to reinvent the wheel. Somebody has already done what you want to do. If they haven't, that'll be a first. But don't try to do it by yourself. Go out and find what that person did to make them successful. And the last thing, this should be my last slide. What is your why? What is your purpose? Why is it you're doing what you want to do? Like your cat cafe, why do you want to do that? Here's my reasons. My grandfather was my best friend. My grandfather was 93 years old when he passed away. He was my best friend. My grandfather could not read or write, but he had two businesses and he actually paid for his own funeral when he passed away. A lot of people now have college degrees, PhDs, and they're flat broke. Like I said, it's not about the knowledge you have, it's how you apply it. He could not read or write, but he could count money. He had a successful business. When he passed away in 93, he paid for his own funeral and he had money left over that he gave to the family. Currently, Miss C, of course, you build with those who are with you. Find somebody that wants to go to the same places you want to go. You guys are in a vulnerable place right now. Being teenagers, you guys are getting pulled in different directions from family, friends, and everybody. A lot of people are going to tell you what they want you to do. Hey, you should go get a good job. You should go do this. What I tell teenagers is look at that person's life. If you don't want that person's life, be careful about the advice they give you. Everybody's going to try to give you good advice because we love you guys. We love our kids. And a lot of times parents are overprotective. We give them advice to try to protect them, but at the same time, it's going to hurt them. Prime example, the house me and Miss C bought, the one I showed you guys. My mom asked me, why are you buying that house? That house is nasty. That house is broke down. That house ain't no good. After I told her what we did with it and showed her the money we made, she was like, oh, okay. Because she didn't understand it. Things you guys are going to want to do, people are not going to understand, especially in your world right now. There's so many things going on that we didn't go through. We're not going to understand it. So it's going to take you guys to explain it to us. And lastly, my future. This is my grandson. He's 2 right now. And the terrible 2s do exist. So you honor the ones that came behind you, you build with the ones that are with you, and you leave a legacy for the ones that are coming behind you. That's what your motto in life should be. Always serving others. Like I said before, what can I do to serve others? And that should be my last slide. And I really appreciate you all coming out. Miss Rosie will really appreciate this one. If you look in the bottom left, these are what we call our core values with the Air Force. Integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Integrity first basically means no matter what you do, always do it to your best and always do it like nobody's watching. Do the right thing at all times. But that's my story. I hope you guys got something out of this tonight. This is a very powerful quote from Eric Thomas. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Always remember that. You guys are sitting here now, you're not even thinking about breathing, right? You guys are actually breathing and say like is first, second, third, fourth nature that you do it without even thinking about it. When you want to be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, as bad as you want to live, there's nothing or nobody that can stop you. That makes sense? Thank you guys for coming out. Did that stop sharing?
Yes.
So that concludes my little presentation for tonight. Like I said, I hope everybody got something out of it. I appreciate your time for sitting here listening to me babble for a little while. And like I said before, when it comes to investing or in real estate, if anybody has any questions, concerns, comments, Miss Nicole, so you showed that you wanted to get into it. Miss Rosie or whoever will give you guys my number. You can get it from Miss C. Call me anytime. I love to talk about investing, especially real estate and insurance. So if you guys got questions, I will be more than happy to answer. And I will turn this over, I guess, Miss Toya.
All right, let's give Coach TJ a round of applause. You know how we do. Some gratitude for a wonderful, fantastic, educational, inspirational class. He was dropping so many gems at the end there. I couldn't keep up myself. Thank goodness it's recorded. You can always refer back to it to catch all those gems at the end. But we just thank you so much, Coach T, for pouring into the scholars. Just completely invaluable what you shared with them today. You really can't put a price on wisdom. Hitesh put in the chat, he learned a lot. So thank you so much. So scholars, the survey's in the chat. Go ahead and fill it out. But we are here if you have questions for Coach TJ, he's here as well. Miss Rosie, Mr. Leon, Miss Isabel. We have some of our board members on, our CEO, our vice president, our director of finance. If anyone else wants to have words, please feel free. And thank you all again for being here.
Could
All right, thanks, Nicole. And remember, we're right back here tomorrow, 6:30, same place, same time. Entrepreneur Mindset with Miss C. So you're getting a power couple here this week.
Hey, Steven, you got a question?
yeah,
Yes, sir. What you got?
I was asking if I could join your team.
Say again.
If I could join your team.
That's a lot of work. You ready for that?
Yeah.
Hey, I put my number in the chat for you guys. If you guys wanted to grab my number, just give me a call. We'll chit chat. Whatever you guys want to do, not even with investing, I'm here to help. I like helping kids. We have 5 of our own, and I have many others that I've helped because, like I said, I officiate sports. I do rec league all the way up to college. I like sharing with kids because, like I said, my goal is if I get at least one kid to be successful, then I achieved what God has me here for. One thing I didn't tell you guys, my story is I almost died 4 times, like literally. I was born a breech baby, which means I tried to come out feet first. I almost drowned when I was 5 years old. When I was in middle school, my bus that I ride home got hit by a train, and the bus driver ended up dying. And when I was in Iraq in the military, our convoy got attacked, and my best friend got killed right behind me. So I feel that I'm here for a purpose. And I think my purpose is to help somebody else build their dreams. So when it comes to young adults like you all, if you want to help yourself, I'm here to help you. I'm not going to do the work for you. That's why I say it's a lot of work. But if you need help, just give me a call and we can talk and we can help do business plans. We can help do budgets. I can help you invest money. So if you seriously serious, just give me a call and we'll talk about it.
All right, when can I call you?
Say again.
When are you available?
I'm available anytime. If I don't answer, just leave a message because I don't know what my schedule is going to be. I don't really set a schedule. But if I see a number, if you leave a message, I'll get back with you and we'll talk.
Okay. What if I call you like in 30 minutes? You're gonna pick up.
Sure. If I'm not on another call, I answer. That's what I said, just call. But yeah, I'm here at the house in 30 minutes. I'll be here. So yeah, definitely call me if you want to talk tonight.
Yeah, because I need help investing.
Oh, we all do. We'll get there together.
So, Stephen, you want to share with Mr. TJ? You have a little bit of time. What you're investing in? It might be helpful.
That's the problem.
You said that's the problem.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
What I'm investing in.
Well, tell them your business model. What's your business model?
I want to start a hotel.
You want to start a hotel?
A hotel business?
Oh, you going straight to the top, huh?
Yeah.
It's a pretty boutique and unique hotel, right?
Yeah.
Does anyone want to share their business plans or their vision and what you've worked on so far with Mr. TJ? He might be able to give you some pointers. This is your opportunity.
I got a question.
Mentorship for free now. This is
I know,
free.
right?
Listen, I wish I had this growing up.
You better catch me before I blow up, because once I start blowing up, I'm going to start charging. Who said they had a question? Who was that? Michael, go ahead, Mike.
How much money would you say we should like have before we invest? You know what I mean? Like, what's like a good
Bam.
like starting amount?
Give me a turn the fan on. Start where you at. That's what I'm saying. Don't wait for a set amount. If you have $10 a week, if you have $20 a week for investing, like with stocks and things like that, start where you're at. There's so many different platforms out now that you can invest $10, $15, $20 in and let it grow. Now, if you're going to start with real estate or you're trying to buy properties and things like that, that's a different story because it depends on what you're trying to buy at what price point. There's no set amount that you should wait to start with. I look at it this way, and here's an analogy that one of my mentors told me. When you guys were, think about this, when you guys were babies, when you started walking, did you guys go read a book to say how to start walking? What did you do? You got up, you took a step, you failed. You got up, you took two more steps, you failed, right? Until you were able to walk. Investing to me is the same thing. You basically start where you're at, you do a little bit at a time till you grow more money, till you get better at it. And as you get better at it, you start putting more money in. Because I tell people if you wait, you may miss the opportunity to get in. And that's why I say I live my life with Bible principles right now. God will tell you the right time to do everything. I truly believe in that. Like I said, I don't preach to people. I don't push religion on nobody. Everybody has their own beliefs. But where I'm at right now is God will put you in the right situation. Here's another prime example. I don't know if Miss C told you guys or you know she had brain surgery. I tell the story, but some she don't talk about it. Well, I was a contractor working for the military on base. I didn't have any vacation time. Miss C had to have brain surgery in June. I didn't have vacation time, so I couldn't go with her. What ended up happening was my contract went away. So I lost my job 2 weeks before she had to have brain surgery. That was in June of 2022. That's when I retired from my job, and I haven't been back to a job since. What changed? Nothing really changed except that we started doing more real estate. I don't have a 9-to-5 job, but I did real estate to supplement the money that lost from my job. I was scared to death. I've been working since I was 12 years old. Now all of a sudden my job is telling me, hey, you're gonna have to find another job in 2 weeks. I was terrified. But what I do, me and Miss C, we prayed about it. I said, okay, God, this is where you want me to be. This is where I'm gonna be. That was in June of 2022, and I have not worked a job since. Like I said, I'm never going to push religion or Bible or anything. I'm going to show people how I live. So when it comes to how much you need to invest, we'll sit down and we'll do a budget. If you have a job, you'll sit down, you'll do a budget. So, okay, I can put this amount of money every month. Like with Steven, if he wants to do the hotel thing, that's a different story because that's where the big money comes in at. But what we do is he will have to come up with a business plan, a business model, and we're going to present that to some people. And then we'll get mentorship from other people that's in that space already. I don't do hotels, but I have a circle of friends that do. That makes sense? Yes,
Yeah.
I can help you. I can help you guys with, I would say, between me and Miss C, anything you want to do. I have a network of people that I work with that's in every field. So if I don't have the answer, we're going to find the answer. Anything else? Who's going on that? Who's going on the trip? I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it or not. But who's trying to go on the trip to Costa Rica? Michael, Isabel, Jasmine. Okay, good. Because I'm going. So you guys get more of me on the trip. Also, you get to pick brains and we get to sit down and do things too. But like I say, even before then, like you got the number. You can call me anytime.
TJ,
But there's, hey, Miss Isabel, how you doing?
Mr. TJ, good. How are you?
I am great.
That's a great seg. I and Miss C are both on the internship committee, and I think a lot of them were invited, or if not all, to Costa Rica.
Cool. The more the merrier.
That's right. So, I mean, for those of you that don't know, we took 14 scholars with us last year. We went to Barbados, and that was a historic trip, right? Rosie, it was a return to where her roots were, and we had a great time. And then the year before that, we went to Jamaica, which I believe you were also there at for.
Yep, I'm going every time y'all go somewhere.
Yep. So tomorrow we're having an internship meeting for those of you who are really interested in it. And please come with all the questions you have.
Try your best to go. Tell you guys now. You got everybody live in New Jersey? Okay, where you guys live at? Where's everybody at?
Illinois.
Okay. Oh, y'all, everybody Illinois?
New Jersey.
Okay. Have anybody ever been out
Now
the
we have
country?
California.
Oh wow, they all over.
We have Texas, New Jersey, New York. Yeah, we're good.
Has
And not
anybody ever been out
everybody's
of the
gonna be
country? Nobody's been out of the country? Okay, 1, 2. Okay, was y'all good and y'all been out of the country? How did you enjoy it? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Think about doing that more often. The world is bigger than the state you live in and the country wherever you've been to. I've been to 11 different countries and probably 7, 8 different states. I love traveling. And here's another thing, because you guys are young adults, you're gonna get a lot of pressure from your friends. I'm gonna tell you now, if your friends are not in the same mindset you are, want to go to the same places, have the same aspirations, they can be friends from a distance. Don't let anybody hold you back from what you want to do. Some people are going to tell you, hey, that's a crazy idea. You shouldn't try to do that, or you're not going to make any money off that. Don't let their fears hold you back from doing what you want to do. I had that a lot too when I was growing up. Oh, you can't do that. You're not smart enough. Or you can't do that. You're not tall enough. Or you can't do that. People love to put their fears into other people because they're scared to do it. My mom is the biggest fear person I know. I love her to death, to life. Sorry, to life. I can't say death anymore. But I would not ask my mom to do anything with me because she's the first person going to say no. Because of her fear and her love for me, they fight. That's why you need mentors like Miss Rosie, like Miss Isabel, like Mr. Leon, like Miss C, like Miss Latoya, like myself. You need people that's going to be in your corners. We're going to give you great advice. Unless you tell us you want to jump off a building with no parachute, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I'm going to give you the reasons you should. And I'm going to give you a reason what might happen if you do. You're going to make the best decision for yourself because you're not going to come back and say, Mr. TJ said I can't do it. Nope. You're going to say, Mr. TJ and Miss Rosie, they told us the pros and cons. I made the decision because I want to see all you succeed. I tell you, if I get 1, 2 of all of you guys to come say, hey, Mr. TJ, thanks for that information. You know, I got my business started. I'm doing this. I'm going to be your biggest supporter. I'll be there at your grand openings when you do the cat cafe. I keep saying cat cafe. What is it? Okay, the cat cafe. If you do the cat cafe, I'll be there with you when you cut the ribbon because I want to see you succeed at that. You know, Steve, and you get your hotel, I want my own private room when I come to visit. Whatever you guys doing, we love to support. Like I said, this is one thing I personally didn't have growing up. I played basketball. I played for high school and I played for the Air Force. People love me playing basketball, but basketball didn't make me any money. Investing, real estate, and doing things like this, what makes my money and what makes me keep going and doing what I'm doing. Oh, I'm waiting for y'all to get off. I'm just talking right now. We still hanging out.
They're enjoying you.
I can be here. Crystal will tell you I'll be here all night doing this.
Yes, you will. I think we could all attest. But this was amazing, man. This is I didn't get the pleasure of sitting in on the class because I was actually at Abraham Clark High School at their college and career fair, which actually happened yesterday. But last year it was a day later, and so I was there. So I didn't get to hear this phenomenal class. I'm so happy that I did today. I'm actually getting ready to jump off onto another call, but I did want to just let everyone know, out of the parents that I've spoken with so far, I've gotten 5 yeses, 5 confirmed for the internship. And so I need to, you guys will receive an email between tonight and tomorrow morning with the next steps. There is a meeting tomorrow for the internship for the second round of students. So look out for that. Jaslyn, I still need to speak with you. I did call you. I got voicemail twice, and so I need to speak with either you and or your parent, just to discuss logistics regarding the internship. And I know we have a few other scholars who expressed interest. I'll have to speak with you because I know, where you're coming from. It may or may not, be feasible for you guys at this moment. There will be other opportunities, but we'll see what happens. All right. With that, I think Miss Isabel may have already mentioned.
Miss
Um,
Rosie, I think, so the meeting's from 7:30 to 8:30, that runs right into this cohort, so maybe
oh yes,
I need to move that time, right? Miss C and I
yeah.
just briefly chatted, I think we may need to start at 8:30 instead.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, or 8 maybe, and if maybe the scholars, yeah, I guess 8:30. They would just have to jump from one call to the next. So yeah.
I
Okay,
think,
we can work it out.
if I think really the parents, get the parents to jump in
Yeah,
first, and then the scholars can come a little later, but we can,
that's why I was saying maybe 8, and then the scholars could jump on if they, if class ends a little bit earlier, they can jump on after. I just, I know it's going to be a long day already, so
what time is the class? I'm sorry, I'm not on top of the class schedule.
yeah, 6:30 to 8:30. But I'm saying if we start a little early, with the meeting, we can at least have the parents engaged. And then
Yeah,
the scholars have already been informed. I can inform some of the rest of the team members thereafter, but
okay,
yeah,
okay, instead of moving a whole hour,
yeah,
a half
yeah,
hour. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I think Miss C she would be teaching, so she wouldn't be able to
Oh
join
yeah,
anyway.
yeah. But I mean, it's pretty much the same. Remember, we talked about it. It's the same
Yeah.
information. So I'm not even going to be there tomorrow because I have an event
Okay,
that I have to be at for the elected officials. So I won't be there tomorrow. But again, as long as someone's there, you're there, and even if Miss C can jump on afterwards,
yeah,
yeah, it'll be only a half hour. So
okay, so yeah, so then let's change it to 8 for tomorrow.
okay,
And we'll
okay,
go from there.
all right, awesome. Okay, guys, I have to jump off to another meeting. Have a great night, and reach out if you have any questions. Okay. Great job, Mr. T, Coach TJ. Great job, sir.
Thank you,
Have a
ma'am.
good evening, everybody.
Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow, 6:30, same time, same place. Have a good night.